My husband was away, and at night, I was at the hotel with this lovely woman. Welcome to Silent Confessions, where we explore heartfelt, raw, and sometimes scandalous stories that reveal the complexities of human emotions and relationships. Today, we delve into a gripping tale of love, longing, and temptation. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss these captivating confessions. Let's get started. I settled into my seat on the plane, buckling up for what promised to be another long day of conferences. My husband, Alan, had been supportive when I told him about this New Orleans work trip, though I couldn't ignore the faint disappointment in his voice. After 10 years of marriage, business trips had become a necessary rhythm in our lives. As the plane soared, I gazed out at the blurring Louisiana landscape, letting my thoughts drift to Alan and the quiet comfort of home I'd miss. That's when I noticed her, a woman sitting across the aisle. Her bright green eyes, sparkling under the dim cabin light, caught mine like a curious magnet. Her auburn hair framed sharp cheekbones, a striking combination of elegance and strength. She smiled, a quick, disarming flash that tightened my chest. Introductions followed. Her name was Alexa, an executive in the advertising world, just like me, heading to the same conference. Our small talk flowed effortlessly, covering everything from work inconveniences to our favorite foods. Something about her, the easy laughter or her confident lean into the armrest as she spoke, drew me to her in a way I couldn't quite admit to myself yet. As turbulence jolted the plane, my instincts betrayed my resolve. Without thinking, I grabbed Alexa's hand, gripping her lifeline tight. Her skin was warm against mine, sending an electric pulse up my arm. When the pilot announced we had leveled out, our hands lingered for just a second too long, foretelling the storm that was about to cascade through my life. Hours later, after settling in, I found myself nursing a gin and tonic at the hotel bar. The dim lighting created a cozy cocoon with gentle chatter in the background. Lost in thought, I startled at a familiar voice. "Well, hello again." It was Alexa, sliding onto the bar stool beside me. Her tailored blazer accentuated her figure, a subtle tension winding its way into the atmosphere. Her low laugh at my teasing response fell like an invitation, warm and intimate. I don't recall exactly how we progressed from professional chatter to shared vulnerabilities. Each drink loosened our inhibitions. Conversations about analytics and trends soon veered into debates over favorite crime podcasts and guilty pleasures. Each time her hand grazed my forearm in emphasis, it left goosebumps as a souvenir. When the bar began thinning out, I hesitated at suggesting we call it a night, afraid of breaking whatever spell we had conjured. Her parting glance held unspoken words that echoed in my chest long after she disappeared into the elevator. The next day, I should have been glued to the keynote presentation on marketing innovations. Instead, my unruly thoughts wandered back to Alexa. Images of her animated gestures, her tinkling laughter from the bar, her perfume lingering on my skin, all consumed my morning. Fate seemed determined to test my restraint, bringing us together again that night at the hotel gym. This time, Alexa wasn't the elegant redhead I remembered from the bar. She was a vision of raw effort and vitality. My breath hitched as our eyes met in the mirror. "You're staring," her mischievous voice broke through. Caught and flushed, I joined her in a competitive run. Every glance fueled the growing tension between us, a slow-burning fire yearning to explode. By the time we worsened our goodbyes, an unspoken agreement hovered. We were pieces of clay, reshaped and waiting. The Grand Ballroom during the networking night felt less like luxury and more like a waiting game. Mirrors reflected dancers gliding in elegant suits and flirtatious cocktail dresses. Yet my attention snapped entirely when Alexa appeared. Her dress clung to her curves, tailored by a designer who clearly understood seduction as art. I made my excuses, covertly signaling. Within minutes, we slipped away to the secluded hotel gardens, where moonlight danced conspiratorially over trimmed hedges. Only then did the thickness of our mutual pull crescendo. "I can't get you out of my head," Alexa whispered, her voice honey-drenched. The kiss we shared was like gravity rendered physical, no longer ignorable. A collision of urgency, like it had been swimming beneath reality all day. Her lips, warm and soft, explored mine tentatively before deepening their claim. Her hands, trembling yet determined, cupped my face, drawing me closer as if proximity could fuse us into one. I felt the heat of her breath mingling with mine, her sighs igniting a fire that coursed through my veins. The world dissolved around us, replaced by the intoxicating scent of her skin and the electric sensation of her fingers tracing the curve of my jaw down to my neck. Every touch was deliberate, her movements both tender and demanding, as if she wanted to memorize every detail of this moment. I melted into her embrace, the rhythm of our hearts merging as her lips left a trail of warmth along my skin, each kiss more intoxicating than the last. "What happens when the line's crossed?" I murmured between gasps. She hushed me gently, trailing kisses down the side of my neck. In that secluded garden, the rest of the evening became inevitable, a sequence of soft sheets and tangled breaths upstairs. Every touch marked a departure from my known self and introduced an uncharted version bursting to life. The rest of the evening became inevitable, a magnetic pull we were powerless to resist. Upstairs, amidst soft sheets and tangled breaths, time unraveled. Her touch was a symphony of sensation, fingers exploring every inch of my skin as if she were mapping uncharted territory. Each caress erased the boundaries of who I thought I was, introducing an untamed, unguarded version of myself, bursting to life beneath her hands. In her arms, I discovered a freedom so profound it left me breathless. A connection so intense it felt like the stars had aligned just for us. Sunlight streamed through the gauzy curtains the following morning, dispelling the dreamy haze I'd constructed overnight. Next to me, Alexa's peaceful expression stirred a pang of emotions, a swirling mix of regret and desire. My ears buzzed with the hum of encroaching reality. Alan's good morning text blared irritably from my phone on the nightstand, a reminder of home and promises. Yet as Alexa stirred beside me, her sleepy, satisfied smile unraveled any clear judgment. "What have I done?" I whispered to myself. No answer came, and I knew clarity wouldn't be achieved today. The pull to bask in Alexa's presence overpowered consequence. The remaining days brought hidden longing tempered only by stolen moments. Between workshops or amid crowded venues, our touch remained clandestine. Her hand under restaurant tables brushed against thigh edges, while covert kisses barely concealed shadows under staircases. Our elevator rides brimmed with inaudible tension. Her mere proximity spurred tidal waves of desire within me. I could barely breathe beneath the oppressive heat of secrecy. Her presence comforted yet simultaneously unraveled me entirely. "Do we stop?" she asked one frenzied night, pressing into a faster heartbeat timed to her fingers tracing my arm. But neither of us did. Our affair culminated during a fabricated extended work trip post-conference. In that stretch of days in Atlanta at a rented sanctuary, a haven where judgment ceased, we gave into life's pauses, blissfully uninterrupted. Mornings melted into lazy coffee rituals with soft music threading through open windows. Our nights blazed fervent. Her touch, her laughter, it anchored time yet rendered it fluid. The line that once defined us seemed foolish amid such connection. One evening, dancing under city gaslights glimmering downtown, Alexa whispered to me, "This feels right. With all its wrongness, it feels entirely ours." Thank you for listening to this deeply personal story here on Silent Confessions. Life is full of choices, emotions, and unexpected turns, and this story is a testament to the challenges of balancing love, loyalty, and personal desires. If this resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, this is a judgment-free zone. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Silent Confessions, and hit the bell icon so you're the first to hear more captivating tales like this. See you in the next confession.